What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Noel from Forge and Strength. It's been a minute. Decided to give you guys an update of my current training routine. This is my Thursday workout essentially. It's shoulder focused. I typically like to start with a heavy press of some sort. Somewhere last year, I was very focused on like using machines as a means of trying to get more volume and hypertrophy. And I think somewhere 2023, I was mostly focused on dumbbell pressing, seated dumbbell pressing. But just for fun, I decided to go back to my roots, standing OHP. It's by far one of my favorite lifts for shoulders. And I was able to work up to a set of 6 reps with 185 pounds. Now, bear in mind, that's a PR, even after not doing this exercise for maybe 3 years at least. I think my PR prior to switching exercises is 180 pounds for like 4 reps. And so that's a crazy PR considering that I've not performed this lift by itself. So I wasn't even expecting to be proficient at it at all. I did another set, a back down set. I like the top set back off approach with 165 on a bar, and I went for some reps. I had 10 reps as a back off. Fairly easy, much easier than the first set at least. So I was basically just pumping those out. Felt really smooth. The motion was very fluid. Somehow I kind of enjoyed the second set better than the first one. That was my pal behind me helping me out there, even though I was gonna get it anyways, but just a little assistance also helped. So I was done with shoulder presses, decided to move on to train my upper back and lats to some capacity. I enjoy the T-bar row. This particular gym has this row machine, so I I went for some reps, 4 plates. I had 10 reps. Then I dropped down to 3 plates and a half. Then I went for more volume. I think I had 12 reps on this one. So essentially, what I like to do on um, my shoulder pressing days is that I like to complement it with a back exercise to build that V taper. Shoulder exercise, back exercise. And I also typically like to do some kind of rear delt isolation towards the end of the workout just to emphasize, you know, the grossly ignored part of the shoulder, which is the rear delt, and also to help with shoulder health, shoulder, mobility and integrity. Because if you are pressing heavy loads on a week to week basis, it could very easily take a toll on your shoulders if you are not taking proactive steps to ensure that your shoulder health is in check. So typically before I do that, I do some kind of tricep exercise. Today I decided to do the overhead rope tricep extensions. 2 sets is all she wrote. 10 to 12 reps, nice deep range of motion with a slight pause at the bottom, and then you explode. I'm not doing weighted dips. Typically, when I have weighted dips in my routine, I don't usually do a lot of tricep isolations, but I've swapped out weighted dips for some time. I'm still benching, but I've swapped out weighted dips. I like to rotate exercises here and there. It keeps it fun, keeps everything nice and smooth, keeps you injury free, and it helps you get stronger in various other ranges of motion. Typically, the carryover is crazy from exercise to exercise when you rotate and still push the intensity high and try to get stronger on a week to week basis. So that's my second set there. I think I had 12 reps. Typically, I don't count my isolations that militantly, like the way I count my heavy compounds and top sets and what have you. But just to retouch on the idea of or the concept of strength carryover, from exercise to exercise, it's actually a real thing that I've experienced, and it's crazy because not doing the standing OHP for 3 years and then coming back and setting like a 15-pound PR is actually something that most people would think is impossible. But I found that if you get stuck on things like the OHP, switching to things like seated dumbbell press could actually help break the plateau when you eventually revisit the exercise. Things like flat bench could be very stubborn, but when you switch to weighted dips for a while, 3 to 6 months, and you revisit the bench press, you can easily blow past it. And so, in my experience, I found that the concept of exercise rotation and strength carryover is actually a real phenomenon. Catch you guys in the next one.